As a day trader, I personally look for every single reason why I should not enter a trade for that day, which is counterintuitive, right? Because the word day trader by nature seems like you should trade every day, if not even multiple times a day. But with that being said, the reason why my strategy works so well as it is that for one, the strategy of it all just forces you to be extremely picky. So you have this criteria, that criteria, this criteria, that criteria. But on top of that, from a psychology perspective, you literally don't have to take a trade every 5 minutes. It's whenever you see the trade forms that you feel comfortable with, you take the trade. And if there's something that you don't feel comfortable with, you don't take the trade. Now, that's counterintuitive again because it's kind of, to me personally, it forces you to pick quality trades that you feel comfortable with that follows the strategy. So let me take a step back and kind of explain that, right? And unpack it. So there's two different kind of fields when it comes to day trading overall. There's, well, really three. I'll talk about three in this one, I guess. There's under trading, there's over trading, and there's just average trading, right? Most people are in this bucket of over trading. To me, over trading is trading 3 or more times in a day. Average trading is maybe 2. Under trading is 1 time a day at most, so 0 to 1 personally. I'm personally underneath the bucket of under trading because for me, I'd much rather under trade, being maybe take 1 trade a day or maybe 1 trade every other day that's quality versus 3 trades a day because I'm just rushing it, I'm worried, I'm freaking out, I'm panicking. It looks like, or vice versa. Maybe you're calm, maybe you're relaxed, but you see a trade at 8:30 a.m. CST. I'm in Houston, Texas. My market opens up at that time, and you want to just take the trade so it's a call, and then you're super happy it was a good play, and then like an hour after that, something happens, you take that play and you got greedy, but you still want it, but then the third trade happens, and then since you were so greedy and was so great on the first 2, it got to you, and you made a decently large loss, and then you ended up with a small win. So for me, I don't understand the point of all that. It doesn't make any sense. And on top of that, because every trade relates to the next trade from a mental psychology perspective. So if over trading can mess you up, what about average trading? Well, it's the same thing, but a smaller scale, right? So if you take 1 trade, and then if it's good, the next trade, it affects it. Because you're like, oh man, I'm the best. I never lose. This is the best thing ever. I knew I could be a full-time day trader. I'm going to kill it. And then you get greedy. Or maybe you're, again, average trader, you do a bad trade. Well, crap, how does that make you feel? Worse when you take the second trade because you're like, okay, I lost $200, whatever it is. Okay, the next trade, I'll win $500. So you start putting these arbitrary percents and profits on there that shouldn't be there, when realistically, the only thing that should give you identification of what's going to work is the chart. If you listen to the chart will tell you, hey, you're not going to win 500, you're going to win 350, and you need to sell at this specific point. But if you're emotionally trapped in the previous trade, then the current trade will become a loser. So again, I'd much rather say I'll trade 1 single time that day. If it's a win, great. If it's a losing trade, great. That's fine. There's no down negative. It's all positive. Losing just means that I lost money, yes. But again, philosophically, for the most part, a loss can also be a win, and a win is a win, as long as you follow the strategy. Different topic for a different video. I'll leave it alone. If you want me to talk about that video, let me know in the comment section below. But overall, again, quality matters much more over quantity. So second part, FYI, is that when you really think about it from a just full-time trader perspective, if you want to become a quote-unquote full-time trader and you only take 1 trade a day, you're not really full-time, hours-wise, right? Hours-wise in corporate America, depending on where you are, it's 40 hours. If you trade 1 time a day, that's not 40 hours. That's less than 30 minutes. If you're doing it the correct way and you use alarms, etc., etc. So that basically means you can't, for one, you can't trade full-time. So there's no reason why you need to stare at the charts. And anyway, when you think about it, most people coming into this, you're looking to earn money. You're looking to quit your full-time job. So what's the, like, if you really think about it, what's the point of going from I have a full-time job that maybe earns 6 figures to I have a full-time job where I earn 6 figures as a trader? I guess you're at home if the other one wasn't work from home kind of thing. But hell, you went from job to job. There's no, why would you quit one job to go do another job if you're trying to go with the same financial kind of returns potentially, right? Depending on how good you are, etc. Different conversation. If you're trying to have a trading investment type career outlook, then treat it as that, which is passive in nature. And passive in nature means you should be trading at most an hour a day to find your one single trade. So if you're trading an hour a day, at most, by the way, it's usually less than that, if you do it correctly, an hour a day, then in a week, that's 5 hours. You work 5 hours a week to find potentially 5 trades at most. 5 hours versus 40 hours, huge difference. But again, that's personally how I trade. Maybe you want to just stare at the charts all day. I have no idea if you want to. I teach trading. I trade all the time. But again, I don't want to, personally, I don't want to stare at the charts all day because, I mean, I don't want to do that, honestly. I'm not that type of guy. Oh my God. But maybe that's you. Then that's okay. Then maybe you just need a different strategy that's not mine, because mine's way too simplistic for that sake. Mine forces you, with the rules of how it is, to be very restrictive on how exactly you trade and what times you trade specifically. So again, maybe it's just not for you. But before I go, leave a comment down below to let me know if personally you like these type of videos. It's more face to camera. And if you want me to make more videos like this that don't need any actual charts per se. So give me some feedback. Do you guys like this? Do you guys not like this? Do you want me to do more of these? And in general, what types of topics do you want to hear from me? Just face to camera, right? So open to anything, especially psychology focused, because I like a lot of the topics like that. It's really interesting to me. So hope you all have a good rest of your day, and bye for now.